Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday again. Just to, I guess, give away when I'm recording this. Doesn't matter. Um, we have successfully looted 3 villages. We are out here and we are in here. Now the plan is we're going to get home. We're going to build an enchanting table. After building that enchanting table, we are going to build a mob spawner so that way we can have the correct amount of experience in order to use said enchantment table. I think the other thing that is important is we were successful. And we're talking about getting experience. That bar at the bottom may say 15. That pales in comparison to the lessons that we learned together. I'm going kind of the wrong way. Well, you know what? Oh, I don't want to fuck with snow. I don't care. I'm going to take the long way around. Last episode, we almost died. Not even, because we broke it like immediately. It just scares the hell out of me, and I really don't want to mess with that. I'm just going to be as honest of a person as I can. The amount of, like, I guess not runs, because I'm never going to do hardcore, because that scares me too. But the amount of, like, deaths that I've had simply because I don't have a damn efficiency a billion shovel with me and have laid to waste in the realm of snow. I fucking like a skier in a club bathroom, baby. We too much snow entered our system and then we just straight died. That was sad, and I didn't like that I said it. We've learned so much along our journey. In fact, I'm gonna sound crazy. I think I even recognize this area. I think this is where we walked from. That means we're relatively quick to home. See, last time on our way out, bees scare me too. On our way out, we had to look left. We had to, everybody look left, everybody look right. Ba-da-ba-ba. Stand in spotlight. We had to look left and right and make sure that we were heading in any direction and keeping our eye out for villages, which we found 1, then 2, then 3, baby. But now we can kind of just head home. The sunflowers are facing that way. And earlier I did the cardinal directions, but it didn't fucking sound right. So we're just going to leave it at that. We don't need to know cardinal directions. Once we make a map, then we can be certain. Or a compass. A compass. I want this. I found out what bundles were. I didn't know that they were so goated. So awesome. So cool. I'm going to have to like look up the schematics of the mob spawner because I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I've built them like 1,000 times. The other thing I want to do is I got to make sure not to build it too close to home because I've made that mistake before, and all that does is slow down my computer. And like I said, I have a monster now, but it's like a monster in comparison to a like more than like half a decade old MacBook. So to me, anything's a monster. That's poetic, huh? To me, anything's a monster. They call me a pussy. And I just want it to be able to run well. Excuse me? What the fuck? No. I've never seen that before in my life. There's always something new in Minecraft you've never seen before. That's not true. I just never play. But now I yearn for the whimsy. I yearn for the happiness. I yearn for the excitement that comes with playing high school football. Little Riverdale reference for you there. Never seen it. But just from that quote that I've heard a billion times, I feel like I get the idea. I think we're like right here, aren't we? Maybe a little close. Hold on. We're going to get this even though there's a bunch of baddies around because we're super dope, cool, strong, and brave. One more. Hold on. We're greedy. Get greedy with it. Okay. Good luck. Good luck, idiots. We're over there. We're back at Pimpopolis, baby. You think we weren't going to make it all the way home? You are outside of your mind. Maybe that'll help too, because the whatever spawner we build. Oh, I didn't write down the coordinates of the third village, but I think it's not that important. If we've already found the other two, then we're fine. I gotta fix that hole. Me when I get a colonoscopy. And now we can finally rest. We can lay our head down and dream good dreams, baby. We do need some form of better chest room. You know what I mean? Because right now, what we're rocking with is not a lot. So maybe let's do this. Blocks. None. Do we have wood? We do have wood, right? Let's build some more chests. I think it would be... Oh, we have a shit ton of chests. Just kidding, because we straight up looted the guys. The fellas. Let's do this. Do I have a third door? Do I hear a third door? 1, 2, 3. Damn it, I already built 3. So let's build 3 más. 3 more. 3 more. Boom. Door. Boom. 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 Swap those two. Now we have a back door, which means we're going to be really popular. And you can go like right here. You know, we're not uber professional just yet. Everything's just a little relaxed. So let's do this. Get you out of there. Get you out of there. We'll keep the bundle. Put the pumpkins right there. Put those here. And we have sugarcane, the most important. We have carrots. Look at this, bro. What more could we ask for? The sun is shining. It's beautiful. What a great grand day, you know? Okay. So we need some more chests. Maybe the chests should go over here. That, you know what? They will one day. So let's do this. Book. Why is it yellow? Huh? Weird. All right. We'll go bookshelf. You can make a saddle? Was this 2089, dude? Are we living in the year 3000? Not much has changed, but we live underwater? I didn't know you could make a saddle. I'll do that right now. Without hesitation. Let's make 4 bookshelves. All right. I'm so excited. I'm getting jittery. Okay, let's put some stuff away. You are going to be like the important stuff. So boom, 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 boom. Let's start smelting our iron. We'll even split it up because we have so much, dude. I have some stuff to give you. Oh, I guess I could have given you the... What's it called? The... Oh no, I'm brain farting because I'm trying to think at the same time. Enchanting table. Oh, I just put the book away, idiot. That sentence is gone. So if you were curious what I was going to say, I want you to stop. It's not going to happen. A fly just touched my face. Enchanting table. Chicken jockey. Never saw it. We were talking about Jack Black fatigue earlier. There's some Jack Black fatigue for you, dude. Okay. We have... How many diamonds do we have left? 2. I tell you what, we don't need a sword. But let's make a diamond shovel, dude. Because we got to get some dirt to fill this out real quick. I guess it won't be dirt forever, but for now... It is what it is. Where's that coming from? Who's got an ish? Where can we take from that's not going to make me feel weird or upset? That's always the goal, right? It's just to make sure you don't feel weird or upset. Yeah, let's start doing this. Boom, boom, boom. In my head, it was going to be like as fast as efficiency like 5, but it wasn't. And that's okay. We can't ask for everything. Sometimes you just have to accept what you have. And in accepting what you have, you may find that you weren't searching for anything in the first place, baby. It's always been here. It's never left. The answer is inside of you. Hold on. That is a text I am going to have to respond to. But I'm going to respond to it when we get back to the area. How much do we have now? 52? I'm not even going to do the area. I know that that's definitely enough. Oops. Oh. Ready? Parkour? The greatest. Boom, boom. I just want to fill this in so that way in my head, when I place chests down, it doesn't feel that insane. Uh-oh. Remember how earlier I said I'm not even going to do the math? I was playing a fool's game, turns out. All right, hold on. Uno momento. Da-da-da-da. Yes, I do have a drill. Also, I'll be there around 6. That's the wrong button. 6. Also, you remember earlier how I was saying that I scroll on TikTok on my computer like a dork? This is why, dude. This is what we're rocking with, baby. Hello? Hello? Yeah? Oh, fuck. A text came through. Now you know it wasn't real. Why did I do it? I don't know. For fucking attention, I guess. No, but I did it because I was like, I've got the addict gene, bro. And if you're going to give me something like social media and stuff and YouTube, luckily I'm contributing to that by trying to do this. But, you know what they say, sell the drugs, don't take them. But I was like, damn, dude. I know it's not the same for everybody, and a lot of people can actually handle it better than I can. Give me an inch and I'll take a mile, dude. I would not get out of bed. I mean, like I said, I know it's not everybody, but the last thing I would do before I would go to sleep, all right, relax, was be on my phone. And this is how I would go to sleep. I would go, I'm laying down on my side and I'm looking and I'm just going like this. And then I would feel myself start to fall asleep. And I'd be like, it's happening. It's happening. And then I would lay my phone down and fall asleep. What that usually meant was also the first thing I did when I woke up was look at my phone. And I was like, that's weird. And then I would find myself, like I couldn't stand in an elevator, because I would be like, damn, I better have something attack my brain. You know what I mean? And I know it's not everybody, but dude, it was fucking me up pretty bad. I don't have how people say like, well, if you don't want to eat bad, you can still keep that stuff in your house. You just gotta not eat it. Go fuck yourself. Gargle my balls. Chew. Spit. Don't twist. Dude. Like, if I'm gonna eat healthy, then I can't have that stuff in the house. Because I do not have that kind of willpower. Instead, I have the kind of willpower where I'm going to try to set myself up for success just because I know, not that I've ever done meth, but if you put meth in the house, I mean, hey, let me put it this way. If I started smoking meth and you want me to stop, you're out of your mind. So I would never start because I know that I'm a goof. I'm a buffoon. And I fucking love stuff, dude. I'm a stuff lover, dude. I like things. Okay, this is our important stuff. Anything else to go in there? Yeah, that. Not the diamond. I guess the bucket can go in there. Bundle, I guess, just because I've never used it. Actually, we'll do that for the travel plan. I don't know if it's time to start separating by like dirt and stuff. So next to this, let's do... That's going to suck to move. So instead, next to here, we're going to do all the plants. Oh my god, we have melon seeds. And this and that. Not the stuff from out here, though. Because that's something different. So let's actually go ahead and start doing this a little bit. Let's knock that guy. Oops. How far do they have to be from each other? I don't remember, and it's gone. So we're just going to put one down because I'm scared. Isn't it like every other? Isn't that a thing? Okay. And then, like I said, our stuff is not pretty yet. It's just functional. So let's go boom, 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 boom. And then maybe we'll do a pumpkin over here. So give me the seeds. Give me the seeds. Just one. Or just 4, excuse me. And we'll go boom. Right? Wrong? I don't remember. Pumpkin. Pumpkin seed. And then, of course, my most favorite of all of the crops in this game. I love the carrots, dude. I'm a carrot fiend. I would straight up rather never like cook meat in this game and just eat the carrots. But that's simply because the idea of eating meat means that I have to do 2 steps. I gotta cook it, but it doesn't give me a lot of food, and I knew that. Well, actually, oh wait, bread. What was I gonna say? It's 2 steps. It's not 1 step. It's 2 steps. You gotta cook it. And like I said earlier about being lazy and stuff, I would much rather just not fucking cook it. We also got to do sugarcane. That's the most important thing. Infinite water source. Do we have some more of this? We do. So let's go like this. Actually, oh no, this works because then we'll just hoe that as well. And I hope this is enough. We didn't need to do that bad math earlier, baby. We had the good math right here. So then we'll make some sugar cane as well. One day we'll turn this... Okay, there's zombies. I'm going to go to bed. One day this will all be so pretty and perfect. But until then, this is just the ground floor, baby. This is how it starts. This is how we get to perfection. It's a long road, okay? The road to perfection is paved with mediocrity. And we love that, all right? Mediocrity just means you're setting yourself up to get better. Put that away, put that away. All right. Now we're just going to kind of mindlessly organize a little bit. So let me think of... I got some interesting stories. When I was younger... When I was like younger, like... I got put in the back of a cop car. Because me and my friends in middle school, we didn't have a pool in our neighborhood. But we knew that the neighborhood next to us did have a pool. So our thought was, well, let's just go hop the fence and go to there. But we didn't want to do it during the day. It's not cool enough. We have a hoe. We have a hoe. We do not have a hoe. Ready? We're going to make an iron hoe. But first, we need sticks. Let's just use all of those. Let's make an iron axe, actually. And then we'll also make an iron hoe. Okay. Yeah, me and my friends were like, let's go be awesome, sick, and dope. And hop the fence of this area so that way we can go to the pool day. And we did. But we didn't want to go during the day. It was too bright. It took away the cool points. So we went at night. And we were like, oh, we also didn't bring any bathing suits, because why would we? So let's go skinny dipping. But we didn't go skinny dipping. We just wore like our jimmies, you know. And, oh man, my elbow hurts. It's just part of the job, I guess. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta... Someone get me some insurance. God forbid I get hurt on the workforce. Yeah, it was... Sugarcane is what we're doing. Yeah, cop came by. Oh my god, I'm so fucking stupid, man. Okay. Do little hops. We went and we hopped it at night. And then obviously we were obnoxious and loud. And upon being obnoxious and loud, the cops came. And when the cops came, they said, hey, you guys need to go home. Where are you guys from? And we said, we're from out of town. Why ever the cops would believe that a couple of middle schoolers, like 4 middle schoolers, are from out of town all of us, and of course they were like, well, who lives in this neighborhood? We were like, none of us, you know. Or I'm sorry, no, we were like, yeah, of course we live in this neighborhood. And then when they asked us what the address was, we were like, I can't tell you, you're a stranger, which is valid, by the way. And then, yeah, I got put in the back of a cop car because he was like, I'm going to drive you home. So I told him the neighborhood I lived in. And then when he kept asking my house, I was like, I can't tell you. And he was like, well, then you're going to go to jail. And I remember thinking to myself, probably not, right? Like, it's like 1 a.m. You want to go home. I want to go home. So I was like, I just live in this neighborhood. He goes, where's your house? I go, I can't tell you. And this was after he dropped my friends off at their houses because they told him straight away. And then he was like, if I let you out here, are you going to go straight home? And I say, uh-huh. And lo and behold, we're here to live and fight another day. I remember I've had dreams before. Would you believe it? I've had dreams before where there are like police involved and I like get in trouble or something. Even in my dreams, I don't talk to the dream cops. Like I'm not like lucid dreaming. I'm not like fully aware like, oh, I'm dreaming, so you know I'm gonna do this or that or not say anything. Is this fine or is that gonna dry up? That's totally gonna dry up, isn't it? I don't know, and I don't care. We'll figure it out later. In my head, I'm like, well, I still can't say anything because they're gonna put me in dream jail or whatever I think's going on. So I think that's good that in some way I at least trained my brain where I was like, base level, we just don't say anything, even if we can make some safe assumptions that what's going on in our brain currently is not real. Bunk, I made way too many. I wanted to save some of that. We'll get more later. More chests. I didn't, dude, I'm holding the E button when I click stuff because in my head I'm like, this will make things more efficient and it'll run better. But it's kind of just fucking me up. Is that good or is that gross? No, that's fine. Okay. Now I think we have enough room to go something like that. And like that. Yeah, that doesn't fuck us up. Which also means we get one more here. We'll put something there. Actually, you know what? No, we'll do this. Ah, fuck. We'll do this too. Come here. And I think I can catch all of you. I absolutely cannot. And I think the assumption that I could was a little bit silly. Okay. You are plants. You are that. That means over here we're going to have kind of our buildy stuff. So let's go all brick. Or all stone and stuff. And then here we'll have some of our wooden stuff. Like sticks and such. But not like, I guess the wooden tools just to get them out right now. Let's go back over here. Did we get all of that? Nice. That's what we love to see. Goodbye. Here's the important distinction I did want to make is that then here we're going to do like that. We're going to have to make some signs here pretty soon too. Have no fear. My back just hurts immensely because I'm sitting like an idiot. How about that? How do you feel about that? That's better. That means the door can also go here. Over here in our plantas. That can go there. Mob drops. We'll put next to it. So let's do... actually, these will be scary mob drops. And then this one will be friendly mob drops. Did I accidentally put something in here? No, it's in the last chest. That's right. So we go boom, boom, pow. And we were able to grab it all. What do you think about that, huh? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I shouldn't do that accent. I don't know how to do it well. Boom. Boom. Okay. Then we go back here because that's easier for me just to go click, click, click. We've got our plants. Don't. String over here. How does... I mean, it's not going to matter because I don't think I'm going to do it today. But how does, like, automatic sorting work? It's so far beyond my comprehension. I can't even really fathom it, to be honest with you. Boom. Okay. Wood. You can go in there. I guess you can also go in there. You're like the idea of wood. You're the beginning of wood. You're pre-wood. Okay. We've done a little bit more organizing. Iron ingots. That is with our other important stuff. Boom shakalaka. Alright. Let's build a little area. We've got our... Oh, man. Isn't that weird? You guys see him and he's free over there? I have a feeling that's uncomfortable. I do apologize for that. You know what we're going to do? We're going to build a second floor right the fuck now. I love me some cobbled deep slate because you can make like... And then with that, you can make... Okay. So, let's do this. This will be this room, so let's get up here. We need more wood. Because I want to build our enchanting room on top of this. You are not going to be enough wood, but we can try. Doesn't hurt to try. Maybe you will be enough wood. Maybe I'm literally just so bad at math. I almost just now said maths. Because I've been watching the... Last One Laughing, the UK version, because there's a lot of comedians on there I really like. No, wait, we don't want to go across. We just want to go like this. And the reason we don't want to go across is because it's going to be cobbled deep slate, as was mentioned earlier. Now, we only need it 3 high. No, we need it 4 high because the third layer is going to go here, or hear me out on this. We actually start that layer here. Okay. Nothing like an ugly build to really get the venison pumping, you know what I mean? Or should it just be across here? I think that's better. I changed my mind a little bit on this. Boom. Boom, pow. Let me think of... when I was in college, I had a professor who was the fucking worst, to be honest with you. And I'm just being honest. And I remember for... Let's go here. Let's go here. She was teaching a class that I was really excited for. It was called Pre-Colonial Ghosts, dude. It was like... Can I do this from down here? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. And then just let me press it like that. Beautiful. Or I'm sorry, post-colonial. So it was like literature coming from countries... Fuck off, dude. And coming from places where they had been colonized. So obviously, it was really interesting to notice that the stories that they had, that they would write about, obviously would reflect kind of like the pain and turmoil of it. Maybe we'll do glass also. But also one of the big things was the monsters that they had were reflective of the, trauma that they went through. I studied science fiction and fantasy. So one of the big things that we would talk about is just about every single sci-fi story is somehow a story of colonization. Ships coming across the water to... Or I'm sorry, like ships coming and abducting. That's very reflective of like trauma that like slaves experience. And then if you also want to put it in rather inward to external, just look at something like A Princess of Mars, which is what that movie John Carter that Disney movie was based off of, which is also considered one of the worst films ever made. But the book is pretty good. It's Edgar Rice Burroughs, the same guy who wrote Tarzan. But it's funny because if you read it, that was the wrong button. If you read it, it was written for, like, you know, teenage boys. And I remember reading that I'm sorry, I totally changed the topic from like The Professor I Hate. This is one I really love. It's for a science fiction class. So we read A Princess of Mars by Edgar Rice Burroughs, and in reading it, let's see, maybe something like fuck. That's gonna have to come out more because there will be a wall there. We read this book and we get to class, and I was like, you know, classic, you know, what did we think of it? I raised my hand. I go, I fucking love this book. I thought it was so much fun. And I was like, it had this and this. And also, like, there was a sexy alien. And he was like, yeah. He's like, yeah. No, it's great. It was written for, like, little teenage boys. And I was like, sign me up, brother. I'm set. I'm so ready for something like that. Are you kidding? But the whole story of John Carter is straight just manifest destiny. It's the story of trying to colonize an inhabited area. And, well, if you look at what was happening in America, you know, a little bit before that, like what am I doing? I'm making stairs. The relevant recent history, you had manifest destiny. Now, what do the aliens look like in fuck off? In A Princess of Mars, they're red. They are resemblant of Native American savage stereotypes. Okay, here's where we're going to put our boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We are odd, baby. That's exactly what we are looking for. Can I be honest with you? This ceiling isn't tall enough for my liking. So maybe instead, let's do this. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. We're gonna put it one higher. But sorry, I get so sidetracked, dude. Not sorry. You have to handle it. I can't do anything about it. But the story is manifest destiny. The entire Edgar Rice Burroughs book, A Princess of Mars, is just about a guy who all of a sudden appears on this strange, exotic place. And he meets the natives there. But luckily, unlike the people who already live there, he has this natural ability to be super awesome and super cool and the best, and he's super strong and he can fly. And then also, let's look at his name, John Carter, JC. We got some messianic tendencies going on, the savior and whatever like that. So the reason I bring this up is, like, this is something that I've been interested for a long time, and like these comparisons are like really hard to ignore. So when this class came up and it said they were going to talk about post-coloniality and also monsters and ghosts, I was like, sign me the fuck up. Now this kind of goes away from like the theory and stuff like that, but I get to this class and I'm all stoked, dude. I'm like, we're going to talk about ghosts. We're going to talk about horror stories, post-coloniality. Love it. Let's do it. You know, I'm down for anything. This professor would just have a PowerPoint and straight up like, and then this, and this. So if we actually were to look at the history of this time and read off of her PowerPoint, which we all got to do. I'm pretty anti-PowerPoint. I don't like PowerPoint. I just like to use the marker and the board. But should we go one more? Yeah, we should. I wanted to do 2 wide. I don't think I'm going to do 2 wide. I totally get it. Everyone's got their own jam. Ooh. And if you're good at PowerPoint, you're good at PowerPoint. This person was not good at PowerPoint, my friends. She was awful at PowerPoint. I would show up to class, and I was like mind-numbing, and it sucked because the topic sounded so interesting. And so I didn't read for class one day. And I realized nothing happened. And then we had our first assignment. And I worked really, really hard on it. I wasn't reading everything, but I worked really hard on this assignment. I took the stuff that I had read, and I was like, I'm going to put some effort into this. And effort I did put in. Bro, you know what I got on that assignment? I got a 100% that said, and at one comment that said, good job, smiley face. What the fuck, dog? Do you know how much effort I just put into this? So I decided to run some personal tests for the next assignment. For the next assignment, I didn't hit the word count. I also didn't read, and I also didn't try very hard. And upon doing that, you know what I received? I received a 100%. And a little thing that said, smiley face, good job, Sebastian. Motherfucker, dude. Maybe we can do it from down here. Maybe that's easier. And so then for the next assignment, I took it a step further. I took it a step further. I did half the word count. And I was just telling a story. I had no sources. I had no in-text citations. 100% good job. Because all we had to do for this class, I guess I should point this out. The assignments were not like weekly. You just had to write 4 essays. Not even like essays. They were like 1,000 words. It wasn't that bad at all. But you had to write 4 of them. And you could do them whenever you wanted. You could pick whatever week of your choosing of if like the literature really spoke to you that week. And you would just write it on that. Well, the literature never spoke to me because I stopped reading. I stopped showing up for class. And when I was in class, I didn't participate. And all I did was do the word search. And nothing came from it. There was no like class discussion. And when you're in a class like that, the most important thing is class discussion. You are getting to hear from your peers. You're getting to learn ideas from them. That stuff is vitally important. And in fact, I would say it's the heart of a class like that. And if you don't have that, then the class isn't working, you know? And let's bake some potatoes. So when the final came around, you know exactly what I did. I did like maybe 40% of the word count. Let's split these up. Didn't try very hard. Got a 100%. Class over. And what pissed me off the most is when people would participate. Someone would say something like, oh, I don't know if I agree with that. Like to something the professor said. And she said, look, you guys may not know this yet, but one day you'll understand. The world's not all black and white. Yeah, dude. Like, that wasn't an insane thing to say. We're all on board. We all agree with you. But you're not, like, presenting it. You're giving me all the nutrients. No, you're not. I'm sorry. You're setting the nutrients on the table. And you're like, look at all these nutrients. Do you eat this? And I'm like, no, bro. It's a bunch of slobby, gooey stuff, dude. I'm not going to eat that. Unless you give me a straw in the right nostril, man. No, but like, I'm not going to put the periodic table of elements in my body unless it is like that. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. You got to make me the fucking sandwich. The sandwich has to be made correctly. If you're giving me a ton of salami, like a block of salami, a block of cheese, some wheat, some yeast, some flour, some water, and you put them all on the table and you go, bon appetit. Brother, I'm not eating that. That doesn't sound good. I don't want that in my body. Now, if you come and you say, here's what we read, let's have a discussion. Let me give this to you in a digestible manner. Let me present this to you in a way that you're going to enjoy it, that you're going to have a good time. Well, baby, now we're cooking. Now we're chefing it up. Put a Michelin star on your resume because you're presenting this in a way that I am ready to eat and I'm going to have a great time. But if you're not doing that, don't expect me to give a good review back. Dude, I don't remember why I started on this. But I was so livid because I was still in my undergraduate degree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means this needs to be here. Dude, we already have an enchanting table. Enchanting table. And it's like episode 6. We're fucking cooking with gas. I don't remember why I started on this, but that kind of thing just pisses me off. Because it's like, I get that you may think I'm helping them because they don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Dude, yeah, I do, man. And you got to make them want to. And I think there is a way to do that. And one of the ways to do that is to learn to cook, man. It's a very important part of the process. Because then you can't not cook and then be mad that people don't want to eat. Now, I'm not going to say I'm perfect. You can. No, I'm not going to say I'm perfect. Because there have been times, especially when I was still in my... Does this work? It does work. Beautiful. If I do this, does that take it away? Okay, so I can just hold it. When I was in my graduate degree and I was teaching while also writing a thesis, while also going to conferences, while also lesson planning, grading, reading for class, reading like 2 to 3 books a week. On top of reading 2 to 3 books a week, I was also writing like an essay worth of stuff a week. While doing, let's go feed our cows actually. Also, sorry, that just hit me that I'm gonna want to do that. Take one of these, a little of this, a little of that. Do we have extra? Yeah, so let's put a chest out there too for the Terrences, for Los Terrences, excuse me. You guys ready? Hello? Oh, I'm an idiot. Boom, 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 boom. Make the kisses. Yeah, make the love, baby. Spread that love. Beautiful, baby. That's what we like. One of you is in heat and is not going to be able to get it out. And I do humbly apologize. Okay. So then, nope, just kidding. I know. We'll put this here for you guys. Because unfortunately, I'm going to have to slaughter you. Because the slaughtering is going to be what's going to help me get... Oh, I'm sorry. This feels bad now. Let me make it quick. I'm sorry. We need it, though. It's important. So yeah, I mean, like, dude, there was a time where I was not giving my students the best. How could I? I was fucking dying, bro. I was drowning in a secretion of my own doing. Ew, that was fucking really gross. So there were times where I was like, damn, I tell you what, you know how I'm about to grade this paper? Like this. B. So I know, it's not always perfect, but if you're a full-fledged assistant or damn near, I think almost tenured, tenured professor, dude, like, don't get it backwards, man, dude. We're all excited. You hold an encyclopedia of knowledge that I am dying to dive into and become more well acquainted with. Because I remember, like, she would even say stuff like, "Oh, I know you guys are just waiting for this class to end." You know, I wasn't. But now that you say that, dude, yeah. I guess you're right. I would much rather play Wordle or go home right now. Now that you've brought it up and now that you were... Yes, queen, give us nothing. You know what I mean? And I at least hope that, like, when I teach that, it goes a little differently. Now, here the other hope is they don't fucking find this. Because I say some dumb stuff, man. But maybe it's about being brave and holding true and the belief that maybe deep down we're all good. And because we're good, we don't have to work. Dude, these torch placements, I hope, are freaking somebody out. Because I know they're not good. 1, 2, fuck. Fuck. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Here, how do we feel about this? How long is this wall? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Did we nail that? Yes, we did. Blamp. Shabloink. I need to make paper. Now the problem is we don't have that much leather. Red leather, leather. So we're going to need some more, but let's check one of our... fucking whoops. Let's check one of our handy dandy chests, which I believe it's this one. We've got 1 leather. Count it. Wait, how the fuck do we only have 1 leather? On our way out, didn't we kill like a shit ton of cows? Wasn't that like our jam, bro? Wasn't that the plan, bro? Our jam, bro, plan, bro? Jam, bro, plan, bro, Marbro? I can't kill you guys yet. There are not enough of you. All right. Well, I tell you what. We have our enchanting table. We have the technology. Not only do we have our enchanting table, we made it all the way back from our hero's journey so that way we could grow anew. On top of growing anew, we fucking expanded our farm. We looted a bunch of villages. We have expanded the crown jewel home of Pimpopolis. I like where our head's at, bro. We're starting to look like this is really coming together. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of you. And every day we should wake up knowing that you are proud of yourself. Fuck me and my opinions. It's about you being proud of you or whatever. Okay. Goodbye.